Hello, hi, we're back with another YouTube video. Wow, I don't know where to begin. It's just been an insane journey, as you all can tell from the title. I have some very special news I want to share with you all. I think the last video I posted was maybe 2 months ago. If you can also see, I am in my new room, in my new apartment with my new roommates. Luke and Jed are now in New York and I miss them so much, but I'm super stoked for what's in store for them over there. I'm still in LA. It's gonna be hard to drag me out of this city anytime soon. Anyways, what I want to share with you all right now is my very own longboard that I designed, and a lot of you may know about my last sponsor, Travelol. I actually announced my leave for the team about a year ago, but a lot of people maybe didn't know that because I continued to skate their boards. For me, it just felt weird to continue riding for a brand knowing that I was working on this secret project with Prism, who's the deck company that I now ride for. It's the same crew that runs Blood Orange Wheels and Caliber Trucks, and so now I'm just full on riding for the entire package, and I couldn't be more grateful. But here she is. This is my baby. This is the Prism logo right here. I can't believe that I'm finally sharing this and showcasing this to you all, because this has been a work in progress for about a year now, all in complete secrecy as well. You know, a lot of you are always asking me, Natalie, what longboard should I get for, you know, I'm a beginner rider, or for your style of skating. I would love to find like a great longboard that is budget friendly, that has this, and I really wanted to design and create a board that's very versatile, that fits my skating needs, but is also just a great board for both beginner and advanced riders. Before we dive into the specs, because I am gonna get really kooky and technical in a second, I'm just so grateful to Liam, who's been by my side throughout this entire process. He's the one who's given me this opportunity. It literally says Pluto Pro. That's wild. There's like a little glossy finish on it so you can see like the reflection of the window. Face of deck is great for pirouettes, cross steps, some dancing, leaving just the kicktails grip. This board is 43.4 inches long and 9 inches wide. Offers 2 different wheelbase options of 27 and 28 inches. I like to start off on 28, move it down to 27 as the kicks over time wear down. This will help make the board feel like it's lasting longer. It will feel like your kicks never really shrunk down in size. I'm a really big fan of these routed rails that are kind of engraved into the board. This is great for early grabs or hand tricks in general, but just thought it would be a really nice little detailed touch to add on to the finish. Got these wheel wells to prevent you from any unnecessary falls. Also, as you can see, the shape is definitely more freestyle focused, but again, it is long enough for you to also do some dancing, because that's my style of skating. I'm very trick focused. Like, as much as I do love dance as well, I'm definitely more on the longboard freestyle side of skating. This board is layered with 7 plies of maple and 2 M-core, so it is more on the stiffer side of the spectrum. And the reason why I decided to go the more stiff route, because I know a lot of longboard dancers like to have their boards more bouncy, more flexy. I am a tricker, I love tricks, and having a more stiff deck actually really helps with, you know, rolling away, continuing, maintaining that speed, and also just stability as well. It's a great cruiser if you're just looking to have a longboard to cruise around and ride on. Down the road, if you do want to learn longboard tricks, maybe some dancing, then you will have that option. It's just so beautiful though. Like, look at the stain. Oh my goodness. Being able to work with Ocean, it was amazing. She's so talented and I love her style so much. She's the artist that created this artwork right here, and it was just an absolute pleasure working with her. She's so sweet, and you all just have to check out the rest of her work. And I just love the whole earth vibe to this board. The design has this kind of like off-white coconut milk color, and being on top of this dark brown stain, I'm really into like earthy tones right now, and like I'm turned into a plant mom, and so I just love like this whole aesthetic. Kind of taking a step back from the board visually, you can kind of see that this deck has a very mellow concave. Kicks are a lot more lifted compared to what I was riding before. I asked you all on Instagram to shoot me some questions about the board. Won't be able to go through all of them, unfortunately. Is this board good for beginners? Absolutely. I've already started teaching a bunch of my friends on this board who have never skated before, and they love it so much. Like, they are always asking me every day, Natalie, let's go skate, let's go skate. And it just makes me really happy that I'm just hearing a lot of like positive feedback. I couldn't be more stoked, for real. Would you consider making more flexi options available? If anything, if we were to make more flex options available, we would just be making a whole new deck, and that, I'm guessing, would be potentially more dancer focused. Are you still a team rider for travel? I am not anymore. I am full on skating for Prism, Blood Orange Wheels, and Caliber trucks. What's your favorite thing about the board? My favorite thing about this board is definitely the shape. You know, when I first started, I actually have the board right here. I'll show you. So this is what the first prototype looks like, and as you can see, it's a little bit longer. It's also just like insanely flat, like the kicks are not raised at all. The wood layering is different. It's just like overall very, like, you can see there's so many different wheelbase options I was testing. In terms of moving forward with the kicks, I had no idea what kind of shape I wanted. I was gonna like, what I was not gonna like, but I just knew that the wide kick style is not my style, and I just didn't feel good skating it. It felt like I was skating a lot of unnecessary wood. Comparing it with this board, the kicks are a lot more tapered on this one, which I just absolutely fell in love with right away. When I first stepped on this, testing out this shape, I knew right away that this was the kicktail that I wanted to move forward with. Like, you can see underneath my Pro Model board, the old one, that it's just like a lot of extra wood. This new design is just a lot more sleek, it's a lot more sexy, and just very tapered, and I love it. Why did you go from a shallow tail to such an aggressive one? The reason why I decided to go with the more aggressive lifted kicks is because I just love that street style so much. The lifted kick kind of helps my foot lock into place more. The farther the kick is from the ground, the more momentum there is when I am popping it against the concrete. It just gives it a bigger pop, and it just feels so good to be able to pop those big no complies, those big tricks. Like, I recently just started learning aero flips. I noticed right away with the lifted kicks with this board, it's just easier to fling it in the air, and we go wild with the kicktails. What wheels and trucks come with the complete setup? It comes with the Caliber 3 10-inch 50-degree raked bourbon trucks. Along with the best wheels in the game, it comes with the 84A 66mm smokes. My favorite setup of all time, those wheels especially, it's just like has that designed reinforced core, so again, really great for handling those big tricks. The new Caliber 3s, the raked boys, they are just very turny, very carvy, great for lines and just really getting into the flow of your dancing. The dark bourbon color with the black smokes along with this earthy tone. It's a very dark, sleek, earthy setup. Can you ride it around in college? Also, are you still in college? So I'm no longer in college. I graduated 2 years ago. I just did a 2-year film program right after high school. But yeah, again, this is a cruiser board as well, like great for just kind of riding around, especially if you're trying to get to class, or a nice little beach cruise along the boardwalk, or if you're just trying to go down the streets, get some groceries. That'll be really dope to see you all skating this around your college campus. How many boards did you test before this one? Kind of diving more into the whole testing phase of this process. Probably about 4 or 5 different waves of board testing, and like 2 of those 5 waves, there was like 3 different flex options that I had to test, and it was definitely an experience that took a lot longer than expected. I've just never really dove into something like this before. I knew I absolutely had to be very patient with the entire process, and testing all these boards just again was over the span of the past like 10 months. It has been a journey, let me tell you. What was your thought process like? Honestly, it was kind of challenging and really hard, especially to just like keep the whole thing a secret. You know, I couldn't go skate these prototypes at some of my favorite beaches like Santa Monica or Venice because I would risk maybe running into people in my community. I think there was just a lot of moments of excitement that I just wanted to share with the rest of the world, but I know I just like absolutely couldn't do that. Then moments of stress and like maybe not knowing which direction I wanted to take some things, but that all just kind of falls back onto being patient, kind of trusting your gut, and trusting my teammates and my friends and my close family, you know, helping me decide on some of these decisions. And I just like looking back on this, it just flew by really. I think the hardest part of this process was just endless skating. I mean, I loved it, like trust me, I love skating, but I would be skating every single day testing out these prototypes and these boards, and then at the same time still produce content and skating with my old Travelo board. I remember like people would ask me, Natalie, why are you not posting as much skating anymore or YouTube videos? And I couldn't really answer that I was designing a longboard with Prism because of the fact that it was a secret. I'm just really happy now that the board is out there. I can fully put 120% of my time into this board, going back and forth between the prototypes and the new models and then my old Travelo board. It's been hard to kind of learn any new tricks. I've actually just been trying to keep my same tricks and keep that consistency going, and I can start learning new tricks again and new combos, and I think I'm just like more excited than ever. Like, it's playtime now. I'm just so happy and so excited. You know, it was one big learning experience as well, just kind of like continuous problem solving, and I can't really be thinking all about myself, you know, I have to think about what is good for all of you as well, and what's like an ideal board that will appeal to this type of rider, but also be the perfect board for me and you know what Prism represents. And I'm really grateful to my team for giving me so much freedom with this board and just letting me truly fully design it the way I wanted it to be designed. Honestly, I think I can just talk about this for hours. I could just keep going, but Prism did drop a release video for showcasing some BTS of what the process was like, seeing the first prototype get actually shaped and then going out and skating it and then seeing it kind of evolve and transform into the board it is today. You all can go check out that video on the Prism YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description along with the link to actually purchasing the board if you want to go pick one up. Let me know if you all have any questions about the board in the comments. Thank you Prism so much for just the warm welcome to the team. Oh, and by the way, actually, Prism is more like downhill focused and has like hella sick cruisers, but this is the first freestyle dancer deck of their lineup. So that's also huge and big news to Prism, so congrats to them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is my board that I made. I have no more excuses to be MIA on this channel. Alright, I'm signing off. Probably gonna go to a coffee shop as usual. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.